Hello, everyone, and welcome to this session on FlutterFlow Essentials, proudly hosted by PWH Services. My name is Kinza Iman, and I am part of the development and management team here at PWH. So, today we are going to take you to one of the most exciting no code platforms out there, FlutterFlow. Whether you are a beginner or an experienced developer, today's session will help you understand how to visually build full stack applications with speed and efficiency. So, at PWS Services, we constantly explore tools that boost productivity without compromising the quality, and FlutterFlow is one of those. So, FlutterFlow is a low code platform built on Google's Flutter framework. It allows you to design and deploy real apps visually. So, you don't need to write thousands of lines of code. Instead, focus on logic, UX, and data integration. Moving forward, let's have a quick look at our today's session agenda without wasting the time. Okay, so we'll start with a brief introduction to what FlutterFlow is and why it's gaining so much popularity nowadays. We'll go over the platform UI, explore the builder in action, and see how Firebase fits in. Then we'll do a real-world demo to show you the workflow, and then finally we'll wrap up with Q&A and what's next for your FlutterFlow journey. Moving forward, we'll see the overview of the Flutter flow. So, what is Flutter flow? Let me ask you something. How many times have you had an incredible app idea? Maybe something that could be the next big thing. But you got stuck because you didn't know how to code, maybe? Or maybe you do know how to code, but you are tired of the repetitive UI work, the boilerplate code, and the never ending debug sessions before you can even test your idea. What if you could build your app visually by dragging and dropping the elements, connecting the data, adding the logic, and all without touching a single line of complex backend or front-end code maybe? So here comes the FlutterFlow. Welcome to FlutterFlow. FlutterFlow is a visual development platform built on the top of Flutter. It's a Google's powerful UI toolkit. But the beauty of FlutterFlow is you need to write minimal code to build beautiful responsive apps that supports web, iOS, and Android. It supports the cross-platform, and it's just like building something with blocks. Like we make the blocks, we build something with small pieces of blocks, and we build something huge. The same case is with FlutterFlow. This makes app development faster, easier, and accessible to both technical and non technical users. It's perfect for quickly prototyping an idea or building a fully functional production ready app. Moving forward, if we talk about its backend, it integrates very well with Firebase, REST APIs, and Superbase. I think a good app isn't just about UI, it needs powerful backend support. So FlutterFlow makes backend integration extremely simple. You can connect your app to Firebase for authentication or Superbase. Firebase, it supports the Firebase database and storage without writing complex code. So you need some custom data or APIs or some custom code so that you can fix the logic and make the logic. So this opens the door to build real-time chat apps, marketplaces, CRMs, and even much more that we'll see later on. Okay, so now here's the cherry on top. Everything you build in FlutterFlow generates clean, production-ready Flutterflow behind the scenes. This means developers, you or anyone who is building the app on FlutterFlow can export the code, customize it further in their IDEs, such as we have Visual Code Studio or IntelliJ IDEA. You can export your FlutterFlow code over there and make changes over there, or even use it as the base for more complex projects. So it's not just a no code platform, it's also a pro code accelerator. You get the best of both worlds, speed plus flexibility. As we say, design, build, and deploy all without writing the code. Okay. So, the problem with traditional app development, whether you are a startup founder or a developer, these are the challenges that everyone almost has faced. So, the traditional app development had some problems like time consuming development, designing the UI, writing the code, testing, debugging, all takes weeks or months. So, it has some other problems like cost. Hiring the designers, front end and back end developers increases project costs significantly, and it requires lots of boilerplate code and redundant setup tasks. So, especially for UI and backend logic. So, if you see, it also has long-term iteration cycles like testing, making the small UI logic changes, and it can take hours or delays due to long dev cycles. So, what's the solution? In my opinion, the no-code or low-code platforms, and FlutterFlow is one of those. Let's move forward and see FlutterFlow use cases. So we have, now that we know that what FlutterFlow is, let's talk about what you can actually build with it. So one of the most exciting things about FlutterFlow is its flexibility. It's not limited to just simple those Boeing apps, but from MVPs to fully featured production apps. Here are some of the most common use cases. You can make MVP for startups, build and launch fast without spending heavily on development. And you can make e-commerce marketplace app, you can build chat apps, you can make learning quiz mobile applications, you can even build dashboards and admin panels with it, and also some crm type of tools or cross-platform client apps. So it could have one code base for android, ios, and web launch everywhere. So we have an example for you. Here we have Access Mobile. So, in the last FlutterFlow conference in 2024, we had this presentation of this Access Mobile app. This is one of the largest bank app, and some of its features are built using FlutterFlow. So it's a huge example at our front. It has 50 million user base, and it has a lot of reviews, and it is using the FlutterFlow for some of its features. So it's a great example for us behind in front of us. Okay, so coming back, we can see overview and integration capabilities. Let's take a step back and look at FlutterFlow as a complete app building ecosystem. It's not just a front end tool, it gives you control over the entire stack. So front end, back end integrations, business logic, and even explore exportable code. So you can use the interface for this. And for backend, you can even use Firebase, Supabase, and external APIs. For the logic layer, you have actions for the navigations and custom code and custom functions for the cron jobs and scheduled functionalities, etc. And then we have for the export, you can deploy the app directly from FlutterFlow with a single click to the App Store or Play Store or even to the web using the custom domain or using the FlutterFlow's own domain. Okay, so moving forward, we have Builder Walkthrough. So we have UI Builder Walkthrough. We have, let's go back. We have UI Builder Walkthrough. Move forward and we'll see the walkthrough, and we'll go to here, FlutterFlow. So coming here, this is the actual builder where the FlutterFlow project or FlutterFlow we work here. So this is the builder. Here you can see we have project section. Here we'll see it will show us all the projects that we are working on, and then we have this my team. Okay, under the My Team section, we have Team Code Library option, Team Media Assets, Team Design Library, and Team API Library. So, what team does is in this team, if you want to work, or if you want to work under the team, like you are the developer and you have two, three more developers or designers or some owners or some clients, you just add them up over here. You invite the users over here. You just add their emails over here, and then you guys can work as a team. You can oversee the project. You can do a lot of things with this team functionality. Okay, so we'll see in the next coming journeys, maybe. We'll see in next journeys how the team code library works, how the team media assets work, and the other features work. But yeah, for now, this is the whole builder of the Flutter flow. So this is the marketplace. So this is a marketplace where you can see what others are doing, what they are making, what they are showing, what they are showcasing, and what they are publishing. So this is a huge marketplace where you can find the free apps and you can even purchase those apps for yourself. As you can see, their pricing $450, 197 USD, and this is free. So you can download these templates and you can use it however you want it to be, and then you can publish it as you want it to be. Okay, moving forward, we have resources. Under the resources section, you can see documentation, help center, in-app tutorials. There are a lot of things. In the documentation section, you will find a lot of FAQs type of questions. If you are stuck somewhere, if you are stuck in some feature of the Flutter Flow, you can go to the documentation and you can read over there what they are saying, and you can follow the steps and you can solve your problem. This is the help center. In the help center and in the FlutterFlow community, this is the section where all of the most of the questions are being answered. Whether you are stuck somewhere, just go to the FlutterFlow community, ask the question over there, and it could be resolved by the community by whenever the community answers those questions. Okay, there are some there's a Flutterflow University where they teach you, where they guide you whenever there's a new feature. They just upload the video of the feature over there, and then you can go through all the videos and then go through all the feature, and you can implement it over or in your app. Okay, so then we have Flutterflow blog, some basic tutorials that you can figure out how they are working. What's new? Whenever there's a new update, you can just check out what's new. We had an 6.0 update in within past few weeks. You can just go over there what's new, and then you can find out what was in the latest update. And then we do have a desktop app. Okay, so moving forward, we have a community. So this is the Flutterflow community we were just talking about. This is a community where most of the developers or most of the people who are working on the Flutterflow ask their questions, and they get their answers over here, and you can explore it over here. As you can see, this is the latest question someone has asked. This is the you can see a lot of much here, and you can get a lot of help over here. Okay, coming back. So coming back in the project section, you can create a new project. Let's create a new project and come over here. There are a lot of templates that you can follow. Some of them are free and some of them are paid. You can see it has 14 pages, 12 components, and 2 data sections. So what does that mean? We'll move forward and we'll check it out. Okay, so these are the sections. There are multiple categories of the templates: business, e-commerce. You can explore them. Let's come over here at the social, and here we can see some of the templates. There are chat apps, there are food recipe and social media apps. There are some templates that are paid. You can buy those templates. And also, one of the most exciting thing of the community is of the marketplace is you can build your own apps and then you can publish on the marketplace either free or paid, and the people can purchase those apps and you will get the benefit. Obviously, you can get paid for those. Okay, let's move forward and make something with one of our Okay. Okay, we'll check it out, and we'll go through one of this app. Some of I'm looking for the free template so that we can continue seeing what we can explore. Okay, so we are using this template, and we can name our project such as social, and then we'll click create project. So it will create this for us. Okay. So the first thing we do have the first thing we do have in our builder is screens. We can create multiple screens visually. We can drag and drop the layout builder, reuse the page. We can make the reusable page like those are called components as we do in Flutter. So like login, home, or profile, and then we have page templates available. We'll look over. Okay, so let's skip this. So this is the main FlutterFlow builder. Whenever we open any of our project, we see this screen, and then we do have widgets. So we have hundreds of pre-built Flutter widgets, drag to canvas and customize. We do have containers, text fields and buttons, lists and animations. Along with that, we have custom widget support. It can be your Next, you can build your own UI using widgets. These are the building blocks of every Flutter or FlutterFlow app, and you can simply drag and drop them and stack or nest them however you like them. Okay, so here we have pages. Here we have pages. For now, this is a very simple project, it's a very simple template as we selected. So it has only one page that is called profile, and we do have components. We have only nav bar component here. Okay, we can make different pages as we like. We can just click on this plus button, and we can create a page, create a blank page, create with a template. As here are a lot of templates we can see, or else what we can do is create with AI. If we create with AI, let's click on this, and then we can create, we can just give a prompt to the AI, and it will generate a page for us however we like it. So let me give it the prompt, create a page uh, for my social app, mm, to chat with someone. And if we give the prompt, it will start generating the page for us. Okay, it will take some time to complete. We can go over here and continue where we left. Okay, so styling. We can control the margins, padding, borders, and colors, shadows, gradients, and corner radius, and a lot of other things as we do in our in our custom code in our Flutter. Whenever we make the app, we build the app. So we can control the responsive behavior, visibility, and alignment, and we can easily adjust the properties from side panel. As you can see here, this is a page. I've clicked this page, and here on the right side panel, you can see everything. This is if you want to set the opacity, we can just come over here and we can click. Now, for now, the opacity is 1. We can click and just lower or make higher, the reduce or increase the opacity as we like it. Here we have primary background. We can change the background color. There's safe area, hide keyboard on tab. There are a lot of things we can do with this panel. Okay. Coming back, we have theme configuration. We can define the app's primary and secondary colors, set the topography styles, headings, body buttons, etc. We can also implement dark modes or light mode support. We do have reusable design system across the app. What we can do is we can make an app and then publish it as a library. Whenever we publish it as a library, anyone can use that library. Wherever they want to import that library, they can do it. Okay, that's the advantage of the Flutter Flow. You can also configure global themes like your color palette and font styles, so your app stays visually consistent. So if Flutter Flow even supports dark mode, but you can do it from here in the settings. You can just come over Okay, you can come over here in the theme and you can set your globally theme globally or fonts globally over here, and so that it could remain consistent throughout your app. Okay, let's come back and move forward. Okay, then we do have navigations and routing. You can set the navigations and routing within your app. For example, if you want to navigate from one screen to the other, you can just set the navigation easily. For example, for instance, if I want to click on this and I want to move forward whenever the user clicks on this button, I just come over here in the side panel and just click on this actions tab. It will open an action flow editor for me. So these are the actions, those are listed, those are built in from FlutterFlow. This is on tap, which is mostly used, on double tap, on long press. There are a lot of actions that you can explore. But for the instance, we will use on tap as it's the most commonly used action. When we click on the on tap, we can add some few actions. We can add a simple action, we can add a conditional action, we can add a loop and some parallel action. Okay, for the instance, we add a simple action so that whenever the user clicks on that button, it should navigate the user to some other screen, some bottom sheet, or do something. Okay. There are a lot of actions that we can define. There's some navigation action which will navigate the user to some other page. It can navigate the user to the profile or some other thing. It can navigate the user to the back of the screen. If we want to do something logical, we want to create a document in the Firebase, in the backend, in the database. We can just we can just add this action at the backend action so that it could create the document in the Firestore. Or for instance, if we want to call an API, we just select those from here. Okay, then we have super based option. There are a lot of options to explore. We have state management, we have widget or UI interactions. If you want to show the bottom sheet, if you want to show the date or time picker, color picker, we can control over here. And then we have alerts or notifications, etc. Okay, for the instance, we'll just don't waste our time and we'll go to the navigate to and profile. We set this. Okay, okay. So yeah, this action is set over here. Now, whenever someone will open our app and just click on that button here, it will navigate the user to the profile screen again. Okay. This is how we set the navigations or routing within our FlutterFlow app. Okay, coming back to the screen, we have with just a few hours inside the FlutterFlow builder, you can go from a blank screen to a fully designed app with all the screens, styling, and navigation working perfectly. Okay, so why use FlutterFlow? Now that you have seen how FlutterFlow works, the next question is why should we use it? Whether you are a startup founder, a designer, a developer, or even a student, FlutterFlow can save your time, money, and complexity while still giving you the flexibility to build real, powerful application. Let's break down the key reasons. There are a lot of reasons mentioned over here, but we'll go through some of it. It The number one advantage of the FlutterFlow is, I think, it is fast. It provides us with a faster development. It builds the UI visually instead of manually coding. It previews the changes in real time. It is perfect for rapid prototyping and iteration, and you can create and preview your app much faster than traditional development. Coming back, what I mean by faster is you can also test your app. Whatever the change you do, you can test it in your real time. You come over here, click this button, and it will show you your app or any changes you did in test mode. Okay, coming back, we're coming back to the where we left. It it has lower development costs. No need to hire large development teams. You can do it single alone, or you can do it within a team. 2 to 3 people team is enough for this. If you're working on not very large or complex project, one tool handles design plus development plus integration. Okay, so it is great for startups and solo founders. You reduce your dependency on large teams and can launch with minimal investment, especially during early stages. Okay, another advantage is cross platform output. You can deploy to Android, iOS, and web from a single build, so no need to manage multiple code bases. we can come over here and we can see from where we can publish our apps. So in the settings, uh, mm, uh, we come over here in the platforms and we can enable the options of the web of the Android and iOS. After enabling the options, we have the option of mobile deployment. If we come over here for now, easy one-click deployment, as you can see. For now, keep in mind that mobile deployment, some of its features are only for Pro. Whenever you get the subscription of FlutterFlow, those features will only you can only use those features in the paid version. So mobile deployment is one of the feature that is paid. But the advantage is web deployment is free. Whenever you are creating the app for creating a web app, you can open the platform settings, just configure those settings, and you can just deploy your app within a one click or anywhere on the app. Okay. Coming back, we have an easy backend integration. It supports FlutterFlow built-in support Firebase, REST APIs, and Supabase. It has some real-time data, user auth, file storage, and more. So it requires no backend code. It do require some minimal amount of code whenever you want to do some complex calculations, some complex logical based thing. It do require the minimal code in form of custom functions, as you can see over here. Here you write the custom code, the custom functions, the custom actions, the custom widgets, so that you can do the complex actions or complex calculations over here, over within your app. So you can connect to databases, authentication, and cloud functions all from the UI, so that no backend knowledge is required. Okay. Moving forward, we have clean and exportable code so that it could generate the production grade Flutter code. You can download or extend or hand over to development team, and it works well in both no code and pro code workflows. It also has advantage that we can write CI/CD it does support GitHub. It does support GitHub. You can come over here and then you can push your code over any of the branch, and you can add up the development team, any of the member in your GitHub repository, and you can just push your code and give access to anyone if you want to. Okay, coming back. Even if you outgrow the visual builder, you are not locked in. You can export the code and continue development in any IDE. The major one is the most popular is Visual Studio Code. It does have Visual Studio Code does have the FlutterFlow extension. You can just download the extension in the Visual Studio Code and you can use it over there. Okay. So another advantage is it is beginner friendly. So no code interfaces. You don't need the over extra knowledge of the Flutter flow of the coding to use Flutter flow. It has pro features like custom functions, API calls, GitHub integrations. So whether you are a non-technical founder or a skilled developer, Flutter flow meets you whether you are. So it empowers everyone. Oh, okay. So in short, FlutterFlow helps you build smarter, faster, and your full support and flexibility whenever you need it. Okay. Moving forward, it is a great tool, and whenever a great tool becomes even more powerful when when it is backed by a strong community and ecosystem. So FlutterFlow is a perfect example for that. As of 2024, FlutterFlow had 5 lakh plus users. It has templates, it has tutorials. Over the past few years, FlutterFlow has built a thriving global community of makers, founders, freelancers, and developers who are all contributing, learning, and building together. So let's take a look at what the ecosystem efforts. So it has, as we already discussed, it has 500K plus users. It has an active Discord, Facebook groups, and forums. So it supports the GitHub integration. It has the tutorials over YouTube, over anywhere as you can see. So you're never building alone. There's always someone to help, guide, or collaborate within the community. So you do also have learning resources, official documentation of the Flutter flow, video tutorials and templates. And even it do have a blog, newsletter, and roadmap updates. So even if you're a beginner, there are countless tutorials and templates to help you get started quickly. Okay, coming back over here, let's see if our page is ready or not. Okay, it is still in the process. So we'll pick any of from the template. Uh, let's suppose we want to add the authentication in our app. So just so we just add the create page, click on the create page, and it will create a page for us. So yes, here is the page. It has we have just added from the template. Now you can just set the settings. Here's the placeholder. You just need the you need to add the logic that whenever the user clicks on the sign in button, what should happen. Or you can also set the continue with Google or any other authentication type if you want to integrate that. It also supports that. Okay, so this was, you can also add components from here. You can also add bottom sheets. You can do much more thing, as we'll discuss, as we'll see in the coming weeks. Okay. Okay, so let me know if you want this whole deck in the comments. And thank you so much for being part of this session of on FlutterFlow. And I hope it gave you a clear idea of how powerful and accessible app development can be. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask or connect with me afterward. Let's keep learning, keep experimenting, and keep building awesome things. Thank you.